This is going to be a demonstration of the any % speedrun for Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. This will be played on the PC version of the game, in which we have to collect 40 of the 50 Pizza Planet tokens throughout the game to unlock the final boss and complete the game. So starting out in level 1, this is Andy's house. It is like any stereotypical level 1. It is very optimized, very reset heavy, and any runner will tell you that it is probably one of the harder levels because of that. You can see that I'm doing some like weird double jump, circle jumps. That just allows us to climb different objects faster than if we just allowed Buzz to climb those objects normally. This is going to be our first mini boss fight. We're going to collect the boss token. We have to wait for this boss to go into its vulnerable state, and all it takes is 3 fully charged laser shots to complete this boss. And on this last shot, I'm going to be lining myself up about right here so I can grab the Pizza Planet token as it's spawning in to skip a little cutscene. Making our way into the living room, we're going to collect a few more coins. Another collectible right here. In each level, there are 5 Pizza Planet tokens, which are a coin, collectible, boss, race, and puzzle token. We're going to be collecting all 5 in this level because this level is very short and all the tokens are very quick. Coming up to the race token here, which we can easily cheese this because the trigger is just the line on the floor there, and it only checks to make sure we come from behind that line. And as long as we do that and circle around on the van there, it counts us as having completed a lap. Now we're going to be making our way into the basement, which we're going to be coming to one of the harder tricks in the game, which is known as box jump. We're going to be jumping off the very end of that tallest box there and quick turning around and getting a double jump. It is one of the hardest tricks in the game. It saves about 30 seconds over doing the casual normal strat, or the intended strat in the game. So it is one that has to be practiced quite often to get the hang of it. Many new runners really do struggle with it starting out. Now we're going to be coming up to spoon jump. We jump off an extra piece of geometry that we call a shadow box, which allows us to get up to that collectible there a bit faster. Saves about 15 or so seconds. This is the collectible token. We returned all 5 of Bo Peep's sheep. And we're gonna complete the level by collecting the last few coins, returning them to Ham, and we will exit level. Level 2 is Andy's neighborhood. This level starts out with an annoying lawnmower that can just ruin your day because we have to ground pound these different mounds. There is a timer set on them when you get near them, and if the lawnmower is too close, it can knock you out of the way and just screw up the timer. And if you run out, this little army man just moves to the next mound. The mound pattern is always the same, so there's no RNG involved there. This is the race token for Andy's neighborhood. The checkpoints are just kind of bizarre. They allow us just to cut through the race, not needing the rocket shoes. It is important though to, at certain points, stay in front of the RC car so that it doesn't pass you. You basically want to stay in the middle of the lane, and the RC car will bump into you slow down, you can get ahead of it, stay ahead of the RC car and complete the race. One more lap here. On this final lap, I'm going to be doing what's known as a dizzy strat. Buzz has 2 attacks, his laser, and he also has a spin attack. At the end of this, Buzz has a dizzy animation, as you can see there, and during a cutscene, it'll allow you to move around, which allowed me to get to the token slightly faster. It doesn't save a ton of time, but it is a slight optimization. That strat will come up later in one of the boss levels, in which it is really exploited. But overall, it's not used much throughout the run. Now we're going to collect the puzzle token here. Normally, for that puzzle token, you have to inflate a yellow rubber duck, which goes into the middle of the pool. Then you can grab the token. And we're gonna make our way over to the first big run killer in the game, which is the Andy's Neighborhood tree. You need at minimum 27 coins to start climbing the tree, because the amount of coins in the tree that are the amount that you need to end up at 50. But I have a lot of extra coins, which is never a bad thing. This is also something that we tell new runners to practice, as it is something, if you fall out of the tree, it can just ruin your run. This boss is very easy. We're just gonna slightly come out of bounds, and it kind of screws up the boss. The boss doesn't really know what to do. Normally, you shoot the boss will start spinning at you, get some iframes, and then you have to wait again. But for whatever reason, when you get out of bounds, it just kind of freaks out and just allows you to mow it down. So now we're going to be going back to the starting area, which is why I didn't ground pound all the mounds here. We collect the last collectible here. And because where we return them is right over here. And that is Andy's Neighborhood. We're going to be coming up to the first boss level, which is Bombs Away. This just takes, again, 3 fully charged laser shots. This will be a very quick boss fight. We're going to turn around, aim, fire. Aim and fire. As I miss. Go circle around again, aim and fire. The next couple levels are very short. We're going to be collecting 1 Pizza Planet token in these levels. Both of them will be the race token. So we're going to run over here to Slinky. And we have to collect 5 wrenches for Slinky in this race. The spots for the wrenches are always the same. So there's no randomness to it, always the same. Just have to keep jumping. You don't want to sink into the cement, as that does slow Buzz down. And return them to Slinky. We'll grab the Pizza Planet token and then exit the level. Next will be Alleys and Gullies. And we're going to turn around right away, and we're going to push this box here. We're going to skip a couple ledge grabs, hopefully. Push that over, and then we push the box to the end here. Jump on top. You are on a timer here, as this cycle is always the same. And this is the fastest cycle, obviously. And then we have to collect 5 bones for Slinky this time. Recently it was found out that if you collect these bones in a clockwise motion instead of a counterclockwise motion, it saves about a second. Next is our second boss level, which is Slime Time. This is just a mash fest. We will take advantage of the dizzy strat here slightly. We can get started shooting a little quicker on the boss there. And then it's just a mash fest. Just mash the boss down. It has 5 cycles to it. It is possible to mash through every cycle without getting hit. It is also very hard to do that. This is Al's Toy Barn 1. We're going to be coming back to this level just like Alleys and Gullies earlier. We're going to be collecting just 1 token. That will be the boss token. The boss is very easy because we have the green laser. The green laser counts as a fully charged laser shot, but you don't have to sit and hold and charge the shot. You can just hold down the button and it will continue to shoot, which is what we're going to do against this boss here. Not much to it, just mow the boss down. Grab the Pizza Planet token. Skip the cutscene, save in 2 seconds. And we're now coming to my least favorite level. This level is not hard, but this level just has it out for me. We're going to be collecting all 5 Pizza Planet tokens in this one. And we're going to be coming up to like the first big RNG in the game, which is this crane game. Where the Pizza Planet token is within the crane is complete RNG and is different every time. The hard thing on the PC version is that the Pizza Planet token doesn't have any sort of shadow to really tell you where it is. You kind of just have to eyeball it. I was kind of like manipulating the camera to try to line it up as best I can. It does look like I did get the Pizza Planet token, which is good. We're going to be running around collecting a few more coins. We're going to be grabbing the green laser as it will once again be useful for the boss fight. Now we're heading over to the race token here. Basically just jump at the red spots on the rope and you won't fall. If you do fall, you have to do a walk of shame all the way back to the start, which is not a short walk by any means, especially if you get towards the end. So just jump at the red spots and finish at the finish platform. Collectibles, as you can see, are the little green aliens that are very iconic from the Toy Story series. We're going to be collecting a few more coins here on our way to the boss, which is just over those boxes there. And we're just going to hold down, move back a little bit, keep just mowing it down, and grab the token. There really wasn't much thought put into many of these bosses, as can be seen, as they're easily mowed down by just a green laser. Which is quite a lot of them. Some of the bosses that will be shown do require like a spin attack instead, which is the only way to hurt some of the bosses. But overall, there wasn't really much thought put into the boss fights. Gonna collect our final coins. We have all the collectibles, so we'll return to Ham right here. Jump back over these boxes. And where we return the collectibles is just a straight line this way, which is the mothership right here. And that is the collectible token. So this next level Toy Barn encounter is the next boss fight. This is where we're going to take advantage of the dizzy strats. So like I mentioned earlier, when you do the dizzy attack or the spin attack and you get the dizzy animation, it allows you to move during a cutscene, which we're going to take advantage of by being able to kill the enemies that come out of these different pods a lot quicker. Normally you would just be standing around during these cutscenes, and right now is when I'd be able to attack. So this saves us a significant amount of time on this boss fight. And we're going to do this for every pod except the last one. And the reason for that is on the last pod, we're able to get a fully charged laser shot on the boss. Whereas if I were to shoot it with a fully charged laser shot on any of the other pods, it would only count as a small red laser. So charge our laser here, get full damage on the boss. Which is why we also don't do dizzy strats on the last one as well. And 2 more fully charged laser shots, and that's Toy Barn encounter. This is Elevator Hop, probably everyone's least favorite level. This level actually just recently got a route change, which saves about 10 seconds. Which for as short of a run as this is very significant. It makes it a little bit harder, a little less waiting around, but still kind of boring at times. We just unlocked the grappling hook. On the PC version, there's a longer draw distance, so you're able to skip some of the grappling hook grapples. So I can get to that second one. Normally you have to go to the first one and then go to the second one, but we can just skip those with the extra draw distance in the game. Hello, Rex. Goodbye, Rex. This one I'm not gonna skip because I'm gonna collect the coin right there. One thing to explain, as you can see, I'm like spinning very quickly. That's me pressing the spin and the fire button at the same time. It allows us just to get the spin animation quicker instead of waiting for that whole animation to complete. It helps us mow enemies down, like those shield enemies, down quicker. Fun fact, PC runs at 60 FPS, so running against that wind is ridiculously hard. On the other versions, it runs at 30, so you can kind of skip those fans on the 30 FPS versions. This puzzle here that I'm doing for the elevator cycles is the same every time. It's these same 2 buttons. And we're going to skip that token because we have to get on this yellow elevator to get the cycles we need. We're gonna jump here. I'm gonna hold the A button so Buzz jumps right away. I'm gonna be doing what are known as jump buffers, so I'm gonna double jump. And after the second A press, I'm gonna hold down the A button so Buzz jumps immediately once he hits ground. Normally you would hit that kind of a slope and you would start sliding down. Got the cycles I needed. Sometimes the elevator cycles can be really scuffed and just screw you up, which can just ruin your day. Get those coins, get on this elevator. Now we're gonna head to the boss of this level, which again, not much thought. Just hold down the green laser fire button, lock onto him, and stand there, grab the token. We're gonna fall down. We got good cycles. And we're gonna head to the race token. We're gonna be collecting a few of the last coins. Controlling Buzz on this slide can be a little awkward and confusing at first. So collecting coins can be weird at times, especially for new runners. Should be one more coin at the bottom. Back to Potato Head. Which, talking to Potato Head there does nothing. It just gets me closer. The token there, there's no rubber banding or anything. It always gets to the bottom at the same time. So you just gotta kind of wait. This wall mouse here can be one of the most annoying things in the game. If you miss that mouse, you have to just keep going up this shortcut here and trying over and over. And every time it's roughly like 13 to 15-ish seconds every time you miss. So it's pretty brutal to miss that mouse on the wall there. Climb back up here. We're gonna hand off 50 coins to Ham and complete the level. This next level is my personal favorite level, Als Penthouse. It has the best soundtrack in my opinion. You can't help but whistle during it. Unfortunately, we do the race right away, which cancels the soundtrack, but this one, we just collect 5 horseshoes for Bullseye. Again, horseshoes are in the same spot every time, no randomness to it. We will be collecting all 5 Pizza Planet tokens in this level as well. Like I said, you can't help but whistle during this level. It's such a good soundtrack. Now I'm going to be coming up to train jump. We will be taking advantage of those jump buffers again. Because if you hit the front of that train, you will just slide down. So doing the jump buffer allows Buzz to jump off of a shadow box there and immediately jump up, and we can get to the puzzle token. Now we are going to do window jump after I kill this guy. We're going to be jumping off yet another shadow box. Getting a ledge grab, hopefully. Right on the corner there. And then we get on the table there. This allows us to get to a boss in an area where we can hit him early. He only takes one. If you shoot him with this fully charged laser shot, as I missed, he'll take a fully charged laser shot. And again, just kind of mow him down with lasers and grab the token. We're going to be making our way over here, grabbing another collectible, collecting a few more coins. And we're going to be coming up to Al's bathroom. This is where one of the bigger skips that was recently found, we call it the drought strat. Because normally you have to flood Al's bathroom full of water and wait for the water to rise. But because of a recent shadow box that was found, we can skip all of that and save a bunch of time. We're going to stand on this button here and jump off a shadow box right at the corner of that cabinet and get the collectible we need and just leave the bathroom. Fun fact, that was found while watching someone's Let's Play. We saw someone jump off a corner of a cabinet and thought, hey, let's try to exploit that. and thus the drought strat was discovered. We're going to be jumping off these lights instead of grabbing on the bars for those lights. If you grab on the bars, it does like a circling animation, and just jumping on the lights is altogether faster. Making our way into the kitchen. We're going to be collecting the last collectible and a few more coins. We're going to be jumping off of a door frame here, which saves us from having to go all the way around the kitchen. We're going to be returning the critters to Jesse, who has a very creepy looking face. God bless you, Jesse. And then we're going to be making our way back into the bathroom, collecting the last couple of coins and returning them to Ham. Who is in the bathtub? Now we're going to be coming up to Zerg. This boss fight we have a setup for doing. So on 60 FPS, Zerg can sometimes be uncatchable and you can't damage him. So we run forward, we'll run back, and we'll take an intentional death and kind of move towards the corner. And then we trap Zerg in this corner and just spin attack him. Which again, spin attacks are the only way to damage Zerg. And this is the fastest way to do this boss fight. Airport Infiltration. This has our first and only out of bounds in the run. This out of bounds is PC exclusive. We're going to make our way up here, and we're going to be running into this wall here. And as I missed the suitcase, I had a weird camera angle there. We'll try again. We'll wait for the next suitcase. Right here, we'll jump on top. I didn't get it. Try again. This clip can be a little inconsistent from time to time. We're not sure an exact setup for it, but yeah, there we go. Sometimes it can just be like that. It can be slightly inconsistent, but... And then we're gonna make our way up to the puzzle token. More circle jumps. Weird camera angle here. Okay. That's what 60 FPS can do to you. I'm gonna climb all the way to the top this time. Jump off this box. And then the puzzle token is up here. We're going to be collecting a collectible. Potato Head's lips here. And we're going to return those to him in just a little bit. We're going to be doing the race token, which in this one we have to collect 5 barbells. Again, just like every other race that has a collectible to it, they're in the same spot every time. Right here. And as you can be seeing, like I've been doing like spinning into different NPCs. That's because Buzz's hitbox does get slightly bigger when he does his spin attack. So it just allows us to talk to different NPCs or hit enemies slightly faster. It's not a big thing, but it's those slight optimizations throughout the game. So now we have the hover shoes. You just hold the jump button and you start floating upwards, as long as you're above some sort of different ground. And then this is Stinky Pete. only takes spin attack hits. We're going to be doing those spin cancels by doing the spin and fire animation. Grab the token and exit the level. So now we're going to be going back to Al's Toy Barn. We're going to be collecting 3 more Pizza Planet tokens. It'll be the coin, collectible, and race token. We're going to get the hover shoes over in here to help us get one of the collectibles. This is why we had to come back to this level. There is a way that we've discovered to not have to use the hover shoes, but it requires a very difficult shadow box that not many people go for. I am not one of those people yet. So I just come back to the level and use the hover shoes. We're going to be collecting Potato Head's arm, which will unlock the rocket shoes that I talked about earlier. And we'll just be making our way around this area. As we have a lot of time for this race, we're going to be collecting a lot of coins. And this is a 2-part race, actually. Because the first time we get one of the collectibles, and then the second time we will get a Pizza Planet token. Now I'm going to be doing a rocket boot skip, which saves roughly 3 seconds if I get it correctly. Which I did. That's not a trick that many people go for, as it is a pretty difficult skip. Because when you use the rocket shoes, control of the rocket shoes is very weird. So, and again, it only saves 3 seconds. If you fail it, it's pretty much not, it wouldn't have been worth it. Collecting the last collectible here. Take this skateboard. And we're gonna jump off early because if we wait till the end, Buzz flies upward. So we just kind of skip that and skip the flying animation there. Make our way to the coin token next. Collect our last few coins for Ham, who's in Al's office. Okay, that ducky can be a little annoying at times. Okay. I'm a real schlub. You know what? It doesn't happen often, but he can be just a little jerk sometimes. Now we're gonna do the second part of the race. The Pizza Planet token appears. Take the skateboard again. But we're not gonna go to the left. We're actually gonna skip all that by just jumping over here and taking the zip line all the way down. And jump into the token and exit level. Now we're gonna make our way into alleys and gullies for a second time to collect 3 more tokens. Because now we have the grappling hook. A lot of the level isn't accessible without the grappling hook. There is a way to get into this area without the grappling hook, but for any percent, it's actually slower to do that strat. Because you'd have to go into the race area and then come back, and it's altogether just not worth it for any percent. Make our way down those zip lines. You don't want to get hit by the electricity, as it will bump you off those zip lines and cause you to fall. We're gonna make our way to the boss area. Gonna do a slight quote-unquote boss warp. We'll jump in here, turn around, and it'll just warp us quickly to the boss. Slight optimization, nothing crazy. Jump into the token. We'll jump down. Laser here. And we're just going to be collecting a few more coins. Now we're going to jump onto the umbrella here. Make our way to the second umbrella. Collect a few more coins. They're all nicely clustered together. Make our way on top of this awning, collect our last coin, jump to the puzzle token here. And we'll just run back this way because Ham is next to this umbrella. And collect the coin token. Going to be entering the final level, which is Tarmac Trevor. We're going to be collecting the final 3 tokens of the game for any percent. This level takes advantage of the rocket shoes as it is just a giant circle. And we're going to be making our way to the race over here. During this race, it's important you don't want to hit any of the green goo, or you don't want to jump, as both of those things will cancel the race. We are still hoping to find sort of tarmac trouble race skip, which none has been found yet, because not being able to jump or touch the green stuff really makes that difficult. There have been theorized ways of doing it, but it's only been accomplished through cheats and yeah, basically just busting the game in an illegal any percent fashion. The puzzle token will be next. This is another bit of RNG. The lights that are lit up are different every time. And you have to hit the correct buttons. Important for the any percent speedrun, you have to see that cutscene in order for the run to be valid. It's just one of the rules we do have. And next we are going to be performing, which is the hardest trick in the game. It is the tarmac rocket boot skip, which was, I think it was theorized by Ring Rush, and then I think a guy by the name of Brandon Scott Hill was the first one to complete it, as I missed it there first try. It is very difficult. The timing is very, very difficult. It's something that requires lots and lots of practice. But this is going to be our final token we grab. This blacksmith boss, just like Stinky Pete, only takes spin attack hits. And the visual cue for that is there really isn't one to be able to grab it. You just kind of have to know where it is. And this is going to be Final Showdown. We're going to fight 3 of the bosses we've seen before. The Gunslinger, Blacksmith, and Stinky Pete. You want to make sure you don't get too far away from them. Sometimes you despawn the Blacksmith, and if you do that, he won't move. because here you want to get Stinky Pete and the blacksmith as close as possible so you can hit both of them with your spin attacks and just save getting hit. Most times you will die at least once because your health doesn't refill at all during the run unless you grab a battery. You're finishing off Stinky Pete, and that is the any percent speedrun. We've saved Woody and Jesse from going to Japan. So that is the any percent speedrun on the PC version of Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue.